All right, man. So look, we are back to Ayo Basso TV. Like the channel, comment, share. We got Coach Prime and Asante Samuel still going back and forth, but Asante kind of has some choice words. Not really, nothing crazy, just light jabs. Grown men arguing, you know what I'm saying? To Uncle Shannon. So let's get into it, man. I ain't going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to try to play the meat and potatoes of the conversation. Make sure you like the video.
Samuel, more tension since he's been retired than he's ever gotten. After tonight, I'm done with this. There's nothing to debate.
My bad.
There's no one going to say he's in the realm of time. He's in the realm of Darrelle Revis. He's in the realm of Rod Woodson or a Charles.
I disagree. I definitely feel like Asante was an island lockdown corner before Revis. Honestly, yeah, I definitely feel like he is when it comes to like the other players that he's. I think the problem is Asante was just a DB for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Coach Prime and them, they all did. Some of them played receiver, kick return, punt return, and they also dominated at their position. So to say he's not in the realm, I can't really see that, but I can understand why he's not number one as compared to Prime.
Woodson or a Darryl Green or a Mel Blunt. He's not. I don't give a damn what he says about the film. He played more. Look, bro, you had an unbelievable career. Congratulations. You're just not time. You're not time. You're not Revis. Hold
Yo,
on.
Ocho looking weird as hell right now because he in a place where he it's awkward. Look at Ocho.
You're not time. You're not Revis. Hold on. Find out, did he make an all-decade team? Because Time made all-decade, and he's one of the 100 greatest players of all time. Let's see his resume. Let's see his body of work. I complimented him. I said, Time don't believe in wasted motion. The T-step worked well for Asante. I gave him a compliment. Let's see his resume.
Yo, Ocho face, dog.
So he didn't make all decade. Four-time Pro Bowler. One-time All-Pro. How many Pro Bowls did Time make? How many all-team? Yeah. Same number of Super Bowls. But one guy was a Defensive Player of the Year. One guy, as a defensive back, swung the balance of power. How many DBs can say swung the balance of power?
I agree with that. But you couldn't throw to Asante side either.
He go to one team to keep the other team from going. He goes to the other team and keep that team from going. Bruh, you had an unbelievable career. You went to a pro.
I mean, but I think that part is a little different because we all knew the gridlock that Belichick and them had on the players there. Then when you heard about the contract situation Asante was in, there's no way he would have had that kind of movement motion anyway. So you can't really compare that. That's not the same because I feel like if Asante in his prime would have went to another team, he definitely would have been a game changer as well.
You're an all-pro. You're not Time. And that's not a knock. It's okay. It's okay. But I don't know why you getting mad at me. I tell you what, go find the GM, go find the coach, go find the player that says Asante Samuel is the equivalent or better than Time. That's all you got to do.
Ain't nobody gonna say he better than Prime. But I wouldn't say he's not in the realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's there, but he's not.
Hell,
it's like he said, it's levels to it.
Son won't say you better than Time. And he a junior. Let's be real, man. You coming? I'm the wrong one.
What you doing? Where you going?
Oh shit! Hall of Fame.
I got that. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I complimented you. I said you had an outstanding career. I say the T-step served you well. I just said you weren't tired. That's okay. If somebody says, you know what, Shannon, you had an unbelievable career. Shannon, you went to 8 Pro Bowls, you're a first-team All-Pro, you're an all-decade player, you're in the Hall of Fame, but you ain't Gronk. Okay. You ain't Travis Kelce. Okay. But you ain't gonna go no other tight end than me talk about you ain't that. If you want to say Gronk, if you want to say Kelce, Shannon, you not that. I ain't finna fight you. But you ain't gonna go no more. You ain't gonna go no more. Because when I left, every record that a tight end could have, I had it. Catches, yards, touchdowns, most yards in a game.
Hey, so hold on. I just now that you mentioned that, when we factor in the numbers and statistics, does that play any factor in Asante's case, or it doesn't matter? Just curious.
He had more pass breakups and fewer interceptions. How many pick sixes did he have? All I know is when I left the game, I had every record that a tight end could possibly have. Ain't nobody had them but me. Now, they done came along and broke them. Gonzo broke them, and Gates did this, and Gronk, and this and that. But I don't know why he mad at me. I gave him a compliment.
Yeah.
I said he had an outstanding career. Yeah. I said the T-step for him served him well. Mm-hmm. This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know?
As a fan, but for people that are fans of the game, I wish we could dive a little bit more. I'm obviously not here on the show.
I'm just asking you, find the general manager, find the head coach, find the receiver, because he talking like he was that. He might, I guarantee you, when you find somebody that say
Asante was that though. He was that. He wasn't prime, but he was that. He was that. You could expect almost a pick from him every game. If it wasn't going to the crib.
He's a top 10 cornerback. If we go back and study history, top 10 corner. So we got time, we got Revis, we got Mel Blount, we got Rob.
You're not putting Revis over Asante. Revis was that guy. Not putting Revis over Asante. Just not.
So we got Darrell Green, we got Aeneas Williams, we got Mel Blount. Okay, that's 7 right there. Where are we going to put him? In the list of all time and the history of the NFL, is he cracking the top 10?
Yes. I would say yes. I would say yes. I would say yes. For sure.
That's your homeboy. He from Florida. I want you to tell me. You tell me.
Where would you put him?
No, ain't where I'm asking you. I just named 7 guys. Which one of those 7 guys are you putting him in front of?
You heard me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I forgot about Champ Bailey. You putting him in front of Champ?
You ain't answer the question.
Are you putting him in front of Champ?
You heard me?
I'm listening, yeah.
Ocho playing.
Where would you put him? Where would you rate him?
I asked you. I asked you
the questions.
Yes!
No,
Shannon tried to put Ocho in the corner.
I'm asking you, where do you rank him? Based on what you call.
I just asked this man a simple question. I gave him 7, 8 names. He talking about where would I rank him. I asked you.
Yeah, because
go ahead,
listen,
Ocho, I get it. Hey, you gonna probably bump into him.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. It don't matter who I bump into.
Okay, well, you got it in front of the guys that I mentioned.
Brother, he addressed you. Why are you asking me the question? He addressed you, so I'm asking you, where do you rank him?
I already done said it. Are you putting, he's not in front of Time. He's not in front of Revis. He's not in front of Rod Woodson.
You got Revis in the wrong spot. That, like, you throwing me off with the Revis shit. Like, Revis. Revis number 5 for sure, but I can't.
He's not in front of Charles Woodson.
No.
He's not in front of Mel Blount.
No.
He's not in front of Niels Williams. He's not in front of a Champ Bailey.
But Champ played receiver too, so I give Champ that.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 7 guys.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Who is he in front of? Is he top 10 all time in the history? Dick Night Train Lane, Emil Tunnel. Is he in?
hey,
I'm just asking. He got all these facts. Who is he in front of? I tell you what. Who is he in front of the list that I just named?
now you name all time, like all time.
He talking like he all-time great. That's the problem. Nobody got a problem with him saying he's not good. You talking about all-time great. The guy that I list, he's at the front of the line. Time it. Mel Blount, Defensive Player of the Year. Charles Woodson, Defensive Player of the Year. Rod Woodson, Defensive Player of the Year. There have been a lot of guys. But number 2-1 is at the front of the line.
Yeah.
He talking like he in that group. They're a group. Look, we go into a room. In the Hall of Fame, okay. We go into a room. We all into a room. But there are certain guys at certain tables. We in the room, but we not at that table.
Asante definitely in the top 10 though. I say him and Revis is about equal, honestly. But he was a more technically sound cornerback than Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey just played both ways. That's tough.
He not even in the room. He on the outside. Hey, y'all know I played, right? Yeah, but this for big dog. Keep it a stack. So I will chat. Y'all tell me of the guys that I list, who he better than? I ain't mentioned Pat P. I ain't mentioned Mitchell Sherman yet. I just gave y'all a couple of
Asante better than Pat Pete. Longevity-wise, he's better than Richard Sherman, too. We're talking about the amount of years played compared. Better than Richard Sherman, too. But Richard Sherman, well, I can't say just he had a dog defense because Asante had a dog defense, too.
of names. I want you to tell me who he better than the list I listed. Who y'all putting him in front of, chat? Y'all put him in front of Deion? Y'all put him in front of Revis? Y'all put him in front of Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson? Y'all put him in front of Mel Blount? Who are y'all putting? Champ Bailey? Who are y'all putting him in front of? Asante Samuel? Who?
Asante was a better cornerback than Champ, but Champ played out of position as well. Shannon funny with this one, yo. It's a good take though.
Hold on, I'm trying to see what the chat talking about.
No, I want you to see the chat talking about. You played against him. What you talking about? You played against Charles Woodson.
Yo, Shannon Wildin'.
You played against
Look at him.
Pat P. You played against Sharpe. Who are you putting him in
Ocho trying his best. He trying to weave it.
front of?
I ain't play against Sherm, but I did my thing everywhere I went. You hear me? It was like Halloween. If I knock on the door, I'm coming to get some candy.
I'm asking you a simple question. Of the guys that were mentioned, who is he in front of?
And I wouldn't say in front of, because you mentioned the greats, but he has the numbers to be in the room. I know that much. And you base everything off numbers. When you talk about let me finish before you say anything. When you talk about MJ in comparison to Michael Jordan, when it comes to debates in any other sport, we always bring up the numbers, but all of a sudden the numbers are ignored when it comes to now talking about the two
Ain't none of them. Hold on.
in comparison.
He got 4 Pro Bowls.
Now,
Those got. Hold on. This dude got 4 Pro Bowls.
Listen to me. I'm not finished.
Okay.
But again, now we understand. But when we do a comparison based on greatness, You know,
You got to bring in the stats.
I tell you what. Guess what? You had a former coach. Your former coach had 3 Pro Bowls and 62 picks. You taking Dick LeBeau?
Oh,
Since
hey,
you like numbers.
what you know
Since
about
you like
LeBeau?
numbers.
Hey,
You
what you know
love
about
numbers.
LeBeau's, right? What you know about? Hey,
You just told me numbers.
yeah, I mean listen, that's what everything is based off of, right? Yeah.
No. Okay, numbers. Okay, let's go all pros. Let's go Pro Bowls. Let's go all decade. Let's go Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
That's part of numbers also, just not picks.
Okay. I got
See,
you.
I look at it like this.
got you.
If you get 6 picks and you give up 8 touchdowns, what have you done?
Okay, I see what you're doing. I like that.
I thought the job of a corner is
Right.
to take away more than you give up.
I don't know.
That's a great combo.
I don't know.
That's
I'm just waiting on this man to tell me who is he better than the list I named. Now we're gonna have, guess what?
For argument's sake, I would literally say Revis and Bailey. For argument's sake, absolutely. He's right there. So it's not like they're just And I wouldn't put Sherm or who else did he say? Sherman, definitely Pat Pete. He's better than Pat Pete for sure.
Let's have the conversation. Hopefully, Lord spare both of our lives, we're able to have a conversation another 10 to 15 years.
We will.
I'm gonna need to see a gold jacket on his back. Because all the guys that I mentioned now, hey, Jalen Ramsey's gonna be coming up. Richard Sherman's gonna be coming up. Pat P's gonna be coming up. You see, what he's trying to do, it's all about marketing. Bro, you played on the Patriots. Ty Law played on the Patriots. Ty Law got a red jacket and a gold jacket. So don't do that bull job about marketing. Who was on TV more than the Patriots, Ocho?
Oh, during that 20-year
During
run?
that time, who?
Yeah.
So now it's marketing. Time ain't no marketing, bro. Yeah, he marketed himself to know how to parlay that. But that man on the field, you better go check them tapes. Either you can or you can't.
That's a great conversation, bro. That's a good one now.
I'm gonna pause it there. I agree to an extent with the top 5 that he named, so I wouldn't call him top 5, right? But he's definitely knocking elbows with. I would call him in. Nah, I'll put Revis over him, and I hate to do that. No, I can't. I can't, because I know what Asante has contributed, but at the same time too, that Revis Island was a bad motherfucking era, boy. You couldn't even throw it over there. And who was this? Who was the second string corner? Rodgers Cromartie at that time. I put Asante at number. I put Revis at 7, Asante at 8. But Champ Bailey wasn't a I can't do that. Let me know what y'all think though. I think there's a part 3 to this. If not, I'm gonna make a part 3 to this, man. Like, comment, share. I'm gonna see y'all real quick.